Hello friends of Sudoku and welcome to an evil puzzle from websudoku.com. I solved this puzzle last night, and after I solved it, I thought I would save it so I could share it with you today, because it's quite a pleasant puzzle and it had some very nice logic that I thought that many of you would enjoy. I don't remember how I solved it, so it is like solving it anew. All I remember is that it was quite pleasant, and I thought it would be a nice treat.
This would be a nice little treat.
So without further ado, let's look at this puzzle and see how we can solve it. I should say, though, that it didn't involve any advanced patterns, so whether it's an evil puzzle or not, I will leave up to you to decide. Let's just enjoy solving it. Here's a 6 and a 9 and a 6 and a 9, so these two squares must be a 6 and a 9. And since we therefore have two 4s blocking over, we know that this must be a 4. And these must be a 7 and an 8, and the 7 blocks over, so here's an 8 and here's a 7. Now we have two 7s blocking across and one 7 blocking up. And here's another 7 blocking down, one 7 blocking up, and one blocking over. Let me say that these puzzles, the evil puzzles from websudoku.com, often start out very easy, and then they get progressively more difficult as the game unfolds. Now we are looking for a 7 here, 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 or here. The 4 blocks down here and across here, one of these is a 4 blocking down, so one of these two squares must be a 4. We also have a 4 blocking down here and here, therefore this must be a 4, and now we know which one of these must be the 4. It can't be this, so it must go here. Two 4s blocking across, one blocking down, and another 4 here. The 9 blocks across, so one of these squares must be a 9 blocking up. This 9 also blocks up, so a 9 goes in this square here. An 8 blocks up and over. An 8 for the corner cell, like so. Now we got an 8 in one of these two squares here, and in one of these 3 squares. We also have a 6 here or here, because these two 6s block across. There's a 2 blocking down and up and over, so along with a 9 that must go in one of these squares here, we have a 2 that must go in one of these two squares. And now we have a 1 blocking across here and here, so a 1 must go in this square. We got 7 blocking over and over, here's a 7. Blocking up and 7 blocking down, two 7s blocking across. A 7 goes here. So 2 and a 9 in two of these squares here. And that doesn't really give me anything, does it? But the 5 blocks down, so one of these is a 5. We also have an 8 in one of these squares, because this 8 blocks here and this 8 blocks here. And the 3 blocks across here, therefore one of these is a 3 and one of these is a 3. A 3, 5 and a 6 for these squares. 3 blocks over and up, no, we can't do much about that yet. A 6 blocks over and up, 6 here or here, and therefore here or here. So I think you can see what I mean when I say that these puzzles often start out seemingly very easy and then they become more difficult. But we are not struggling just yet. I think we can still place a few digits before we have to really begin thinking. First of all, there's a 9 blocking across here, another 9 here. Here's a 9. A 1, 2, and a 5 here now. 2 blocks across, so 2 goes here or here, blocking up. This 2 also blocks up, and this blocks over, so here's a 2. A 5, 6, and a 9 for these squares here. So a 5 must go over here somewhere, and therefore up here somewhere. 9 blocks up, so this is a 5 or a 6. For the entire column, we need a 5, 6, and a 3. So this is a 5 or a 3. And we know that a 5 can't go here because this 5 blocks over one of these is a 5. This 5 blocks over one of these is a 5, yes. A 9 can't go here or here. A 9 can go here and it can go here. 4 here or here. But didn't we also say a 6 must go here or here? I think we did. We got a 4 blocking up and down, a 4 blocking over, 4 here or here. We got a 6 blocking across and up. Yes, these two squares must be a 4 and a 6. So 1, 2, 5, and a 9 for these squares. So 1 and a 2 here. So this is a 5 or a 9. And the only other square available for a 2 in this column is here. 4, 6, 1, 5, and a 9 now. So this is a 1, 5 pair. And these, therefore, must be a 3 and a 6. And if they are 3 and a 6, then these must be a 1, 5, and an 8. We know that this cannot be an 8 because this 8 blocks up, this 8 blocks over, and an 8 goes here. So one of these is an 8. The 5 blocks down, so here's a 5. This 5 blocks up, and the 5 blocks over here, so a 5 must go in this square. Now these must be a 6 and a 3. And there's nothing I can do about that at this time, but this must be a 6 and a 3 as well. So 6, 3, 6, 3, and 6 and a 3 here. 1, 5, and an 8 here. For these 3 squares, there's a 5 and an 8 in the row, so the 1 must go here. 5 and 8 now. Still a 6 and a 9 here. 3, 4, 6, and a 9 across in row 4. 6, 9. This is a 3 or a 4. 6, 4. This is a 3 or a 9. Still no joy. Let's for a moment go back to the 2 and a 9 that must go in 2 of these 3 squares. What are the other digits that are going to be missing? We got a 3 and a 6 and a 1. Three must go here or here, and a 6 must go here or here. And that gives me a 1 here or here, blocking up. This 1 blocks down. So now we have a 1, 2, and a 9 for these 3 squares. And these must be a 3 and a 6. Can we do something with that? Yes, we can. Because we know that these are 4 and 6. A 6 blocking over here now puts a 4 in this square and a 6 in this. This 4 blocks over, so does this. Here's another 4. And here now we're looking for a 9 and a 3. And we know that a 3 can't go here because it has to go in one of these squares. Therefore, This must be the 3 and this must be the 9. These must be a 2 and a 1 now. And here we're looking for a 1, 9, and a 5. We've got a 1 and a 9 in the column, so a 5 goes here. And that 5 blocks over, this blocks down. Here's another 5, and that makes this a 5. We already know that these have to be 5 and 1, of course. But now we only need 2 more digits to complete column 8, and they have to be a 3 and a 6. Therefore, these squares must be a 9 and a 5. We got a 5 blocking across, so here's a 9 and here's a 5, giving me a 1 here and a 5 here. Still a 3, 6 here and a 3, 6 here. But I think I was talking about these earlier. Now we know that this square can only be a 1, and that makes this square a 9. The 1 blocks across, this 1 blocks down. We have a ghost 1 here blocking up. Here's a 1, and that makes this a 2. And therefore this must be a 2, so must this. We now have all the 2s, 4s, 5s, and 7s for this grid. So 6 and 9 here, a 3 and an 8 for these 2 squares. 3 and an 8. 8, 8. No, 8 must go here or here, and the other one is a 3. Yes, 3 blocks down, 8 goes here, 3 here, and therefore 8 here. 8 blocks over, and over here's a 8, and therefore this is a 1, making this square a 1, and this a 3. 3, 6 here still. 3, 6, 3, 6. We'll find somewhere else to set the hook.
Hook!
Well, this 3 blocks across, so here is a 6 and here is a 3. Here's therefore a 3 and a 6, and a 6 and a 9. This 3 blocks down, here's a 3 and a 3 and a 6 and a 6. I think you can see why this puzzle was so satisfying and enjoyable, at least for me. I hope that you liked it as well and that you'll come back for more soon. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.